Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here, and welcome back guys to another video. And this video, I've been out and about and I've gone down to the London Gamer Market. Let's check this out. So there we go, guys. There was a look around the London gamer market. And what can I say? I've been to so many of these London gamer markets now. And it's a great day out. It's a fantastic day out to spend it with some friends. I travelled down with Al, Ewstar Gamer. We always have a great day out, me and Al. And but there was something lacking from this London gamer market. A bit of X factor. There weren't the buzz. There was plenty of people there. There always is. It was absolutely rammed. I think what went kind of wrong was that it wasn't until the last minute. You know, this is on us. We didn't realise that they'd changed the ticketing system. So whereas it's always been, if you want to get in for 11 o'clock, you buy an early bird ticket and you get in. And then at 12 o'clock, it's open to the general public, whether you've got a ticket or not. You queue up and you get in at 12. Well, me and Al arrived early this time for once. And our tickets were for 1 o'clock. So the new structure is it's early bird at 11. Then you have a 12 o'clock slot. Then you have a 1 o'clock slot. And then after 1, anyone can get in, I believe. It was very confusing. So it wasn't a good start. We arrived. We knew it was early. And we knew we had tickets for 1 o'clock. So what we done is me and Al went off, grabbed something to eat, got a drink. Because it had been a long travel down to London. And, you know, we were cool with that. We then joined a massive queue that went all the way around the hotel. Then when we got to the front and the lady scanned our ticket, she went, well, this is the 1 o'clock ticket. This is the 12 o'clock queue, even though it was like 1:45 that we got to the front in this queue. It turned out that because we had tickets, we could then start a new queue inside the hotel. Does any of that make sense? It didn't make any sense to me, guys. So that was a little bit of a mishap. Bad organisation, not very good logistics in letting people know what they had to do. There was lots of tempers. There was lots of people getting frustrated in the queues while waiting to get into the market. I think they've done this for many reasons. One, probably to gain an extra buck or two, but also to try and calm down the sheer volume of people that go into the market. And that kind of worked somewhat. I don't think it was as busy this time as it was last time. But then again, we're getting in at 1 o'clock, guys. So, yeah, that didn't sit well. That didn't seem to flow very good. So that might have had an impact on why there was no X factor at this London gamer market. Other things I picked up on, me and Al talked about this, was there wasn't the private sellers. The people selling their collections. There didn't seem to be much of that this time. It was all the big sellers, which is cool because they have some great stuff. But with that comes high prices. And I've never really been that critical on the prices of the London gamer market. Many people are. But this time it was very significant. Especially if you was there chasing Nintendo. If you was chasing Nintendo cardboard, you were paying sort of like... the price you was paying for like a NES or a Game Boy game was top end, mint, very good condition. And then when you looked at it, it wasn't. You know, they were either missing manuals or the boxes were sort of average. They weren't very good condition. So yeah, if you was a Nintendo collector at the London gamer market, it would have been tough going. There wasn't a bargain to be had, not that we witnessed anyway, which was a shame because I was after getting some Game Boy games, but they were all way overpriced, and it was a shame. But there's always bargains to be had. You can always haggle a deal. It was tougher going this time. I've always thought I was quite good at haggling a good deal. It was a bit more of a challenge, but again, these are resellers. These are big time businesses that are having to, you know, they have massive overheads. So, you know, I'm not taking it away from them. And whenever you go to a London gamer market, there's always that extra tax put on top because you're in London. And nothing's cheap in London, is it? So yeah, there's some of the reasons why I sort of feel like it was a little bit below par. Not to say that we didn't have a fantastic day, because we did. I got to meet loads of regulars that I always meet at the London Gamer Market. I got to meet Dahl, the Retro Godfather was there. EdHunts, he was there stalling out. Also got to see, I'm trying to think of the tubers. There weren't that many. The Beeps, he was there with his sons. And then we got to meet TootyUK and Daz. It's always great to see those two guys. Had a right laugh with them. I know my mind's going to go blank. Coxie, he was there as well. He was helping out EdHunts, I believe. There was loads of local guys. A few retro sellers were there. Alan and David. It's always great to catch up with them guys. But what was really refreshing and really good is some of my regular customers to the Retro Realm were there. So I had a good chat with some of those as well, which was really good. I'm trying to think if there was anyone else. It was really... That might have been why there was a bit of a lack of a buzz as well, socially. Is even though I talked to lots of people, spoke to lots of strangers, loads of, like I said, customers of the realm, loads of the traders there, but there weren't many YouTubers. There was a massive decline in the YouTubers that I know were not there this time, which was a bit of a shame because it's usually a great opportunity for all us guys to meet up. But I still got loads, guys. I've got absolutely loads. We're going to start with some gifts, and the first one is this, and this is West Bank for the ZX Spectrum, a game I've been after for ages. And Alex, Ewstar Gamer, he showed me a bundle of Spectrum games ages ago that he'd picked up. And he said, Scott, is there any in here that you need for your collection? And I picked out West Bank, so he brought that along. Thank you so much, Al. Al is an absolute legend. He does all the driving. He does everything. He is a top man. And he's gifted me West Bank, which I can't wait to play that on the good old Specky. Next up is another gift from Japanese Alan, Scottish Alan, Forgotten Worlds. I got to chat to him briefly. We chatted for a little while, but he was so busy. As you'll see in the footage of his stall, it was constantly rammed full of people. But I got chatting to Alan a bit, and he gifted me this, Batman and the Brave and the Bold, for the Nintendo DS. In lovely condition, all complete. I went to pay for it, and he said, Scott, this is on me. Thank you so much, Alan. I really appreciate that. This is a game I really enjoyed on the Nintendo Wii. I didn't really realise it was released on the DS until I see it in a massive crate of DS games that Alan had put out. And yeah, it sparked my interest. If this plays like the Wii game, in for a treat. Let me know in comments, guys. Have you played this game on the DS? A cracking game. Bit of a hidden gem on the Nintendo Wii. But yeah, really pleased to add that to the ever-growing Nintendo DS collection. My DS, 3DS, Game Boy. It's what I'm really focused on at the moment. But thanks so much for that, Alan. Really appreciate it, mate. Right, at the last London Gamer Market, which was way back in November, I picked up loads of Atari. That hasn't stopped, guys. I picked up even more Atari this time. I just can't help it. It's the box art. It's the nostalgia. It's just a certain buzz I've got at the moment for Atari. There really is. And Tooty's good mate Daz is a great salesman. I ended up buying quite a few boxed complete Atari games. In no particular order. We'll just get these done. Ignore the prices on these. These still got prices on them. But Daz done me a fantastic deal, which he always does. And I really appreciate that, Daz, mate. But you know these are going to a good home. They're never going to leave here, mate. First up, we've got California Games. I really like this long box. It's going to be annoying to get a box protector for that. But look at that. That is such an iconic image of the 80s and 90s. That really is. Brings back loads of memories. It's all complete with its instruction manual there. Another instruction manual. And the cartridge. So yeah, really pleased to have this in the collection. This is a game that I played on most systems. Me and my brothers played most ports of this game. I can remember it on the Atari. I used to really like the footbag event on the Atari for some reason. But yeah, really chuffed to add that. Are these all going to stand up? Oh yeah. And then we've got Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, what didn't help is a couple of days before the London Gamer Market, I watched a YouTuber doing his 26 best Atari 2600 games of all time. So the ones that push this system and he feel is the best. This was in that list, and that is Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones. Never played this. Never played this on the Atari 2600. I picked it up solely on watching that video. So yeah, really pleased to add that. This one's a bit of an upgrade because I've got the cart only, but this is a nostalgic one. This is one I loved as a kid, so I thought I've got to have this complete in a box, and that is Moon Patrol. What a game. What a game. Me and my mate Gary spent hours playing this back in the day. We really did. Again, it's in lovely condition, all complete. I'm not going to take them out. You'll have to take me word for it. These are not going to stand, are they? Yes, they are. I have a feeling these are going to go, guys. Another massively nostalgic game. I've been playing this a lot. I've got it. This is an upgrade. I had the cart only because I was kidding myself thinking, Scott, Sega Zombie, just get the carts for the Atari. No. When they're nostalgic and I owned them as a child, I need to have them box complete, I think. Jungle Hunt. Who remembers Jungle Hunt? Not so politically correct these days, I'd imagine, but a great game, and I love the missions in it. And this pushes the Atari. It's got parallax scrolling in it. But yeah, great game, Jungle Hunt. These are just not going to stay up there. Another upgrade. Again, there's a theme here. I've got this cart only. I wanted it complete. And that is the mighty classic Phoenix. What a arcade game this was. Had some really good home ports as well. But the Atari 2600 port really stands out for me. Next up, away from the silver boxes, we're going to go with one that has been recommended to me by Cy, Ginger Hippie Gaming. Now, he sent me a little WhatsApp video playing this game saying, Scott, you should really check this game out. And that is Solar Fox. Never played it before, but it did look good with what Cy showed me. So I thought I'm going to grab it. Thank you, Cy. Can't wait to give that one a blast. This one I had to get because, again, this was in that video that I was talking about with the 26 games that pushed the Atari 2600. The best games. And that is Commando. Now, this looked really impressive. Now, I've played Commando on the 7800. I've never played the 2600 version before. Look at that box art though, guys. I just had to grab it. That box art is amazing. Apparently this really does push the Atari. It's even got in-game music. So really looking forward to playing this game. Daz said this is actually not an easy game to get hold of complete in good condition. So glad to add Commando to the collection. This is not resting anywhere, so that is going to go like that. Like that. It won't stand up. Next up is Stargate. Now, this was a recommendation by Daz. He said, Scott, can you remember ever playing this? And I do remember this. And he said this is a fantastic port of Defender 2 on the Atari 2600. So I'm going to give this a playthrough. But yeah, just absolutely amazing box art on all of these, isn't it? Sucker me into collecting, sucker me into this rabbit hole of collecting for the 2600. Bit like the Coleco a few years ago. You know, it's just a lost style. You know, it's so 80s, it's unbelievable. I love it. I just love the artwork. This wouldn't be a Sega Zombie video without some Sega, guys. And I ain't going to disappoint. There's always some Sega. No matter where I go, I always try and pick up some Sega. And it's really tough now because I have a lot of the Sega I need. And I said to Al, actually, I said, Al, I'm so jealous. He was picking up loads of Mega Drive games and buzzing with all the Sega he was getting. And I was just like, mate, I'm so jealous that you're picking up all this Sega. There's not much for me to get, and the games I do need, especially like exclusives for the Japanese Mega Drive or exclusives for the Genesis, which was another thing. You do not see many Genesis games at these events, which is a shame. But you do see quite a lot of Japanese games. They command mega money. The ones I need, you're talking hundreds of pounds, guys. You know, a month's rent in one game, and I'm not in a place to pay those prices. So for me, picking up Sega is difficult, but I did pick up some really nice stuff. This is an item that I was gonna order online, but the store that sold it was in America, so I kind of kept holding fire. I kept backing out of getting it, but I was really chuffed to see that there was a seller at the London Gamer Market selling these, and that is the Striker DC wireless pad. Really looking forward to checking this out, because I'm loving the Dreamcast. I've been playing the Dreamcast lots in between playing Atari 2600. That's what I've been doing, guys. I've been playing so many games, especially over the winter months. I've really been fixed on Dreamcast and Atari, with some Switch thrown in. I've been playing some modern games. Finally, I went and got some scissors and cut the sticker. That was a tough old sticker. But let's have a look and see what we get in here. So we get a box which is going to house the pad. Really good packaging on these. I've just ripped the box. Wow, that actually feels really nice. But there you go. There is the Retro Fighters wireless Dreamcast pad. One thing I have noted is, where does the VMU go? Right, I'm sure that will be explained. Perhaps this in this other little thing. Ah, yeah, look. So I don't know a lot about these. I just thought I would really like to get a wireless pad. My Dreamcast is hooked up on my main TV, so it'd be nice to relax on the sofa while playing some Crazy Taxi or some Sega Rally. I've been getting into that quite a bit. So yeah, we open this box up, and in here, how interesting. Ah, so that must be your wireless receiver. See, I'm new to this, guys. I really am. So that must be like the wireless receiver. That will charge it, I'd imagine. That plugs into your Dreamcast, then your wireless, and you've got your VMU there, which is really cool, actually. I didn't know this setup of this at all. Like I said, I did look at it on a American site and was so tempted to buy one, but seeing one there in the flesh, I thought, do you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I've been playing lots of Dreamcast. Let's check this pad out. And do you know what? The quality feels really quite good. The D-pad feels a little bit spongy, but the analog is lovely, and the buttons are really nice. The triggers feel good. So yeah, really chuffed with that, guys. Guys, in comments down below, let me know, what is the Striker DC pad like? Do you use them? Are they any good? And then we move on to the final two items, or two games. And this is a game I've had on my watch list for a long time now, because it's one of the few Japanese exclusive Dreamcast games I don't own, and that is Under Defeat. I think one of the reasons why I've not pulled the trigger on this game is, as I know it's been released on modern consoles. I believe it's on the PS3, the Xbox 360. It might even got a PS4 release. But I thought, do you know what? I really want to get the Dreamcast original. And if it plays anything like Zero Gunner 2, it's going to be right up my street, because it's one of my favourite games on the Dreamcast. So I had to add it. The one I was looking at on eBay that I nearly pulled the trigger on was 50 quid. It didn't have the soundtrack, and it had a lot of sun fade on the spine. This one has no sun fade on the spine, and it has the soundtrack and the game, obviously, and it's in beautiful condition. It really is in nice condition. £60 paid. I did try and my luck and try and haggle this down. He was having none of it, absolutely none of it. But I think 60 quid was a fair price on this, considering I was going to pay 50 for one that was missing the soundtrack and had sun faded. So 60 quid I thought was a fair deal. What do you guys think? Let me know in comments. So yeah, Under Defeat. Can't wait to play that with the new controller. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays. Just to try it out. And then I'll probably go back to the arcade stick. The final game. This wasn't the last game I picked up on the day. Well, actually, probably was actually. I think I bought the Dreamcast controller. The fighters, I keep forgetting the name of it. The Retro Fighter Stick. And this was from the same stall, guys. And do you know what? When I first see it, I thought it was like a Switch game. Like a reissue Switch game, because I know this is on the Switch because I bought the digital download. It was cheap. I got this game. It came in a double pack to download, so I downloaded it because this is a game I really want to play. And the other game that come with it is one of my favourite shooters on the Mega Drive, and that game is Glay Lancer. This is the retro bit, strictly limited, is it? Release. Still sealed, never been opened. 50 quid paid for this one. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to treat myself. Because I see Al buying all these Mega Drive games and I was so jealous. As soon as I realised this was the Mega Drive release. I don't know why. When we first went round, I first see it because I clocked that controller. And I thought, if I ain't going to buy loads of other games, I'm going to treat myself to that controller. I see this and I thought it was like a Switch limited edition release or PlayStation 4 or something like that. But then when I clocked that it was actually the Mega Drive release, because I believe these are official releases. But this game commands crazy money. It's a fantastic shooter. I've been playing it on the Switch. It looks like it comes with a load of stuff in there. And I thought for £50, that was a great price that I was willing to pay. So there we go. We did get a Mega Drive game at the end of the day, which I'm really, really pleased about. So there we go. Not a bad haul. Like I said, a little bit of the X Factor was missing from this event. I can't quite put my finger on what it was. I've tried to explain it, but it was still a cracking day. I highly recommend, if you're ever near London when these events are on, then check out the retro gaming markets, because it's a really good day out. It is. But yeah, there wasn't like the last one. There was some really cool, rare, obscure stuff. I didn't see any of that this time round, unfortunately. But a cracking day. Thank you so much to Al, and it was great catching up with all of you that bumped in and said hello. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know down in comments, what do you think? Am I mad collecting all this Atari? Let me know. But until the next time, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.
Sega Zombie. Sega Zombie.